It's a professional league. It's not college. You don't have anyone holding your hand, telling you not to shoot this, not to shoot that. I mean, it's basically it's up to you. I mean, you're a man. You have to take care of your business on the court.
Do you think it's made you a more versatile player?
Definitely, because in Texas I put the ball on the floor a lot more. I became a better finisher, not perfect, but a better finisher. And I mean, that's one of the other things I'm also working on. But being able to take the ball length of the court, coast to coast, finish. I mean, things that I didn't do a lot at North Carolina that I did at Texas. I mean, that's really where I showed my improvement and becoming a versatile player.
How was Roy through all this? Was he helpful? Was he a resource?
I mean, he's always supportive. I actually talked to him about 2 weeks ago, and he called me and told me when my name got called, he was going to be there with me, and he'd be there for me. So, I mean, just having guys like that and a coach like that by your side at all times it's just great.
I mean, I guess part of the reason I ask is, you know, I've heard stories about how he is with people after they leave. You know, what I'm saying is that he's very conscious of your progress, and I guess I thought it was kind of cool considering everything that happened that he stayed in your corner.
Yeah, he's always been by my side, even in the whole process that happened. I mean, him and my mom were the only two that were by my side the entire time, and that helped me through things, talked to me when I needed advice. I mean, just different things. So, like I said, just having him by my side really helped me, and I didn't really lose confidence in myself. I didn't really get down on myself because at the same time he was my uplift and he helped me out a lot.
Now that it's over, how do you think the situation made you stronger? Going through everything that NCAA put you through, you had to go to the D League. Can you reflect back on what the path you took to get here?
I mean, like I said, when I was told I couldn't play, I mean, it was the worst. It's probably the worst thing I could hear in my life. And I mean, but at the same time, I couldn't sit around and sob and cry and be mad at myself. I had to figure out what my next step was. And transferring was an option. Couldn't do that. Overseas was the option, but I couldn't take my online courses, couldn't take my classes. So to graduate on time, and so the D League was the last option where I could still take my online courses and still be able to graduate on time.
Was it a shock? Or did you see it coming?
It was a real big shock because, I mean, of course I was expecting PJ 8 to 10 games, you'll be back. But, I mean, it didn't happen that way. So, I mean, when I was told that, it was just, I mean, it was probably the worst news of my life.
You know, you mentioned going through online courses and trying to graduate. Are you still planning on taking classes? Have you taken classes through the spring here?
Yes, I took a communications class this spring, and I actually got a B+ in the class. But yeah, that's my main thing. I really want to graduate, have a degree. So, like they say, the ball stop bouncing one day, and I always want to have something to fall back on where I can have a good job and be like you guys.
The D League sort of undergoing a bit of a revolution in the last couple of years in terms of the way NBA teams are using it to develop more talent. What did you learn in the D League, and do you think it's a good place for younger players to develop before they reach the NBA?
I mean, it all depends on that player. I mean, you never know. Some kids want to stay all 4 years in college. Some kids don't want to go to college at all. Some kids want to be a one and done. So I mean, it all depends on that player and what they want to do. And, I mean, like I said, mine wasn't by choice at all. So I can't really speak on what another person would do.
But is it healthy that there's an alternative?
Definitely, it's definitely healthy because you have another way to get better. If you go to the D League, you have coaches. It's not just players. You have coaches that have played in the NBA. Like my coach was Eddie Nahara, and yeah, he played in the league for a long time. And I mean, just his voice sometimes helped me a lot because he knows the game. I mean, he knew the game. He's been one of the
smart guy.
And then he's played against some of the best. So I mean, he knows what to expect, especially how the process went. So I mean, things like that really kind of help you when you go through that path.
You think D League was a positive experience for you to go through?
I would say no and yes. Because I wasn't supposed to be in the D League. I was supposed to be in college. But at the end of the day, yes, it helped me a lot because. And the Texas Legends, they helped me. They accepted me. They could have easily passed me along. They said, no, we don't want him here. But, I mean, they accepted me. I was thankful for that opportunity just to play basketball again. And, I mean, when I got there, I wanted to work the hardest that I could.